was that the game devs had epically owned this transgender voice actor by tricking her into voicing a character that wears girls' clothes and is a shambling monster and has an elongated neck that makes it look like it hanged itself. Now, all of this is total horseshit. The clothes that it wears varies, and it just looks like a monster. Like there's not any like theming here. You know, like at this point, where the level of reaching that's going on here, it's like, well, anytime any trans voice actress voices any kind of monster, it's like, ah, wow, they've been owned. You know. Have we not also seen it in men's clothes? No, no, no. They just posted this. They posted a screenshot of it like this. And it's like, this creature wears girls' clothes. That's it. They just said that. They're lying. It's not a real controversy. They're just lying. They saw this and they thought, oh, wow, I can use this to attack trans people and pretend that the trans voice actress has been in some way implicated. You know, it's just lying. The thing can wear any clothes. Look, wow, it's actually a trans man or something. So there's no transphobic intention here whatsoever from the developers. The whole thing is made up. It's fake. Unfortunately, nobody told the voice actress that, because it seems after the so-called controversy, i.e. the completely made-up bullshit, took off, following complaints about the unknown's appearance, in particular an outfit where the creature appears as a grotesque giant dressed in a cheerleader costume and a wig. So, again, even this language is really misleading from the Pink News. It's not appearing as a grotesque giant dressed in a cheerleader costume and a wig. It is a grotesque giant, and it wears the clothes of the last character it killed. You know, like it sounds meaningless, but it's a pretty important distinction, so you understand like what the intention and purpose is, right? Anyway, the voice actress took to Twitter to complain. They didn't just contact the developers first. That would have been a great idea, low-key glamour. I voiced the character The Unknown in Dead by Daylight. At the time of voicing, it was a great experience. I was told at the time I was voicing the character that there was no model and the creature was supposed to be amorphous. I think the monster has an amorphous design before it takes on the appearance of a human. Like, it's kind of like a shambling mess before it kills someone and takes their appearance, because the whole point is that it's the unknown. Like, it takes the... Like, that's... Yeah. I don't think that's a lie from the developers at all. They had no model design before I recorded my lines. This is pretty typical. Like, this happens pretty often, you know? So it's my assumption that the design team took my medical history and my ability to use multiple voices as an opportunity to create character models that encapsulate my medical history as trans and capitalize on catering to the transphobic community. This is not true at all. This is fully like she saw right-wingers on Twitter and believed them, but from the other side. She wasn't told she was playing a monster. She knew she was playing a monster. But like, there's no reason to believe that devs did this duplicitously at all. I was tricked into voicing a stereotype. See, she believes that the character is just wearing a dress, because that's the lie that was repeated on right-wing Twitter. That's the, where's the one with the dress? Oh, there it is. Because that's what she saw on right-wing Twitter. She saw right-wingers posting this. And went like, you know, okay, they have, the right-wing, known for their truth-telling, has accurately identified a real thing that has happened regarding trans people. Here, let me just, I don't like giving this the light of day to an extent, but let me just find a, an example tweet, if I may. Yeah, here we go. Once the voice was recorded, gameplay of the creature was released for the Unknown, which is a deformed mutant in a skirt that appears to have hung itself. That's from Keemstar there. So, like, she just fully bought it, basically. I find it very unlikely for the devs have done this maliciously. There is zero chance the devs did this maliciously at all. You would have to be like delusional or dishonest to believe that. It's not true. Would she have not gotten notes on everything her character's about? Is that not typical for acting jobs? Not necessarily. And even then, they said the design was amorphous. They didn't have it finished. I'm not like, this is not me weighing in saying I think one side is overblown. This is me weighing in saying they're wrong. They just lied. And unfortunately, the VA bought it. Many folks in the trans community are up in arms about this, and rightfully so. No, that's not true, though. Everyone was calling out those right-wing accounts for being liars. They weren't up in arms against the Dead by Daylight devs. I feel that reparations from the team that deliberately tricked me is the only logical next choice of action. This is... Okay, I know that she's the victim of a hate mob here, but this is like... This is so unprofessional. Literally seeing a bunch of right-wing accounts lying and going like, my employers lied to me and I deserve to be paid for it. Like, this, remarkably irresponsible, remarkably unprofessional. It's probably going to taint her career for a long time, if indefinitely, you know? It's unfortunate, but like, holy shit. This is a, you know, yeah. Is she grifting? No! She's just overly defensive and too ready to react. Yeah, she was tricked, but not by the Dead by Daylight devs. I am so upset, so infuriated that people are comparing trans people to these clearly transphobic character skins. If I had any idea of the fallout that would happen after simply voicing a character, I never would have in the first place. Let me personally apologize to anybody who has been a victim of transphobia due to this release. Chad is saying she took it back. I know! You know how time works? It's linear. So we cover this part, and then you cover the apology. That's how time works. You move from one, you move forward in time. Spoilers. Good Lord. Let me personally apologize to anyone who's been a victim of transphobia due to this release. Please know you are loved. Know that you are valid. Yes, but nobody should get mad at her for falling for a right-wing hoax. I'm mad at her. Yeah, sorry. No, this is a remarkable level of unprofessionalism. If you're aware enough of what the online culture war is like that you are even aware of this happening and you have a reaction to it, then you should be aware enough to not trust everything right-wingers say. Like, this takes less than zero effort to look into and confirm, you know? She's not just a random onlooker from outside. She's the voice actress. Yeah. As for me, I am not okay. This has ruined my reputation. Well, this has, at least. It has put me physically at risk for being attacked in public if anyone recognizes my face or my voice. Vosh, there's a slight correction to be made. The killer doesn't take the clothes, just the voice of the victims. The clothes you saw were specific cosmetics, either through unlocks or microtransactions. Oh, it doesn't take the clothes? The clothes are just like different clothing options then? I guess I should have known microtransactions would be a part of it. That's the only known element of the equation, of the unknown. So what's the OG skin? Well, the skin that shows here on the wiki is just it in a button-up gray t-shirt and a short masculine black haircut. So, I mean, I would be pretty surprised if this big new monster reveal that they did, the default costume for it was a pink skirt, right? That would be a pretty odd default costume to have. You know? YouTube videos. Is the unknown a transgender? Dead by Daylight. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Pardon me.
So today I was playing Dead.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the default skin right here.
So today...
Like, that looks like the same as in the Wikipedia. See? So, yeah. That's a pretty neutral-looking outfit right there.
I was playing Dead by Daylight, and what the f*** is this?
Like, okay, the argument here is literally, whoa, your shape-shifting amorphous creature that mimics humans has a skin that allows it to have a feminine-looking, like, outfit. Transgender? Like, what the f***? I genuinely think that modern right-wing Twitter would not be able to handle Pyro from TF2 being an ambiguous gender. Like, that, seeing that Pyro's locker had, like, a frilly person in it or something, that would have been, like, 6 months of culture war discourse. Insane. I agree, Vermin, but I think it's important to remember how brain dead it is, you know? It's a self-report more than anything else. Yeah, literally, like, the monster that changes shape has a costume where it looks like girl? You know? Just, like, ridiculous.
This skin looks like John Cena dressed like a lady.
That's crazy. There are skins you can get in-game where large, muscular, or imposing characters have skirts and frilly costumes. I've never seen that in games before, except in every single game that lets you buy cosmetics. Like, every single one. Like, I'm not kidding. Basically the whole point of buying cosmetics is that it's a microtransaction system that they use to bait you into, like, that doesn't look like John Cena. No, it doesn't. But this person's just doing, like, transgender outrage bait.
dressed like a lady. But John Cena looks good. I mean, I would definitely